The invitation arrived in a crisp, embossed envelope, but Luca crumpled it in his fist before tossing it onto the marble countertop of his penthouse kitchen. Brian, his ex of 3 years, was getting married, to a woman no less, in a desperate bid to appease his conservative family and climb the political ladder. Luca stared out at the glittering New York skyline. His jaw clenched, imagining the smug satisfaction on Brian's face when he showed up alone to the lavish Hamptons wedding. It was raining that evening when Luca wandered the streets of Manhattan, his designer coat doing little to shield him from the downpour or his swirling thoughts. He needed a plan, something to shatter Brian's perfect facade without stooping to outright pettiness. That's when he spotted him. A young man huddled under a cardboard box in an alley off Fifth Avenue, his soaked clothes clinging to a lean frame, dark hair matted against his forehead. The stranger looked up with piercing blue eyes that held a mix of defiance and exhaustion. "Spare some change?" he asked, his voice rough but steady. Luca paused, an impulsive idea forming. "How about more than change? Come with me to a wedding this weekend. I'll pay you handsomely, new clothes, food, the works. Just act like my date." The man, Jordan, as he introduced himself, narrowed his eyes, suspicious but intrigued. "Why me? You look like you could hire a model." Luca smirked bitterly. "Because you're real, and I need someone who won't fit into their polished world." Jordan hesitated, weighing the offer against the cold night ahead. Finally, he nodded. "Deal. But no funny business." The next morning, Luca took Jordan to a high-end tailor in Midtown. As the measurements were taken, Jordan fidgeted and used to the luxury. "This feels weird," he muttered, glancing at his reflection in the mirror. Luca watched him, noting the way Jordan's posture straightened in the fitted suit, transforming him from street-worn to strikingly handsome. Over breakfast at a nearby cafe, they shared bits of their lives. Luca, a 32-year-old tech CEO whose company had just gone public, confessed his heartbreak over Brian's betrayal. "He left me because his family threatened to cut him off if he didn't straighten up. Now he's marrying some socialite to run for office." Jordan, 28 and homeless for 2 years after losing his job and family support, shrugged. "Families suck sometimes. Mine kicked me out when I came out at 18. Been scraping by ever since." As they drove to the Hamptons in Luca's sleek Tesla, tension built. Jordan quizzed Luca on how to behave. "Just be yourself," Luca said. But inside, doubts crept in. Was this fair to Jordan? Using him as a prop to provoke Brian? The wedding venue was a sprawling estate overlooking the ocean, tents billowing in the breeze, guests in designer attire sipping champagne. Heads turned as Luca and Jordan arrived arm in arm. Whispers followed. "Who's that with Luca? He looks out of place." Brian spotted them first, his smile freezing as he approached with his bride-to-be, Elena, on his arm. "Luca, glad you could make it," Brian said smoothly, though his eyes flicked to Jordan with barely concealed disdain. "And this is?" Jordan extended a hand. "Jordan, Luca's date." Elena's polite nod couldn't hide her curiosity, but Brian's grip tightened. "Interesting choice," he murmured to Luca later, pulling him aside. "Bringing a charity case to rub in my face? Classy." The ceremony was picturesque, vows exchanged under a floral arch, but Luca felt a pang watching Brian pledge forever to someone he didn't love. Jordan sat beside him, his presence a quiet anchor. During the reception, as speeches droned on about family values and tradition, Jordan leaned in. "This is all fake, isn't it? Like a performance." Luca nodded, surprised by Jordan's insight. But the real drama unfolded when Brian's father, a prominent senator, cornered them at the bar. "Luca, I thought you'd moved on. And you," he sneered at Jordan, "don't belong here. This is a respectable event." Jordan's face hardened. "Respectable? You mean like forcing your son to marry a woman he doesn't love just to win votes?" The senator's eyes widened, guests nearby gasping. Luca stepped in, defending Jordan, but the confrontation escalated whispers into outright stares. Brian pulled Luca away, furious. "What the hell? You're using him to sabotage my day." Luca's heart raced. Sabotage? This is what you left me for, a lie. For the first time, Luca saw cracks in Brian's composure, regret flickering in his eyes. As the night wore on, dancing under string lights, Jordan and Luca found a quiet spot on the beach. "Why'd you really bring me?" Jordan asked. Luca sighed. "Revenge, mostly. But you're making me question everything." Jordan's vulnerability shone through. "I've got nothing to lose, but you do. Don't let bitterness define you." Their conversation deepened, sharing dreams. Luca's loneliness despite wealth, Jordan's resilience despite hardship. A spark ignited, not of pity, but genuine connection. The morning after the wedding, Luca woke in his Hamptons rental with Jordan asleep on the couch, the events replaying in his mind. Brian's texts flooded his phone. "We need to talk. Alone." Luca ignored them, instead offering Jordan a ride back to the city. On the drive, silence gave way to laughter over the senator's red-faced outrage. "You were badass," Luca said. Jordan grinned. Felt good to speak up. People like that think money buys silence. Back in Manhattan, Luca couldn't shake the pull toward Jordan. He offered him a temporary job at his company, data entry, nothing fancy, to get him off the streets. Jordan accepted warily. "I don't want handouts." Luca assured him it was earned. As weeks passed, Jordan thrived, his quick mind impressing colleagues. But office gossip swirled. Luca's new pet project? Luca defended him fiercely, but societal divides reared up. At a company gala, a board member pulled Luca aside. "Dating the help? It reflects poorly on the brand." Meanwhile, Brian reemerged, calling incessantly. "Elena's great, but I miss us," he confessed over coffee. Luca felt torn, old love versus new possibilities. Jordan overheard, hurt flashing in his eyes. "If you want him back, don't string me along." Luca realized his feelings for Jordan were growing, but class differences loomed. Jordan's past haunted him. Addiction recovery, family rejection. "I'm not your fix-it project," he snapped during an argument. Tensions peaked at a family dinner Luca hosted. His own parents, progressive but privileged, met Jordan politely but probed insensitively. "How did you end up homeless?" his mother asked. Jordan excused himself, later confronting Luca. "They see me as a sob story." Luca apologized, but the incident highlighted inequalities. Brian seized the moment, inviting Luca to a political fundraiser. "Come alone. We can talk about us." Luca went, leaving Jordan feeling sidelined. At the event, Brian cornered him. "Jordan's a rebound. You deserve someone on your level." Luca bristled. "Level? Love isn't about status." But doubts seeded. Returning home, he found Jordan packing. "I'm out. This world's not for me." Luca pleaded. "Stay. We're real." Jordan paused, emotions raw. "Prove it." Their reconciliation was tentative, built on late-night talks. Jordan shared his coming-out story. Disowned in rural Ohio, surviving on wits. Luca opened up about Brian's manipulation, how wealth insulated but isolated him. A kiss finally happened. Not rushed, but a culmination of trust. Yet, external pressures mounted. Brian's campaign leaked rumors. Luca Hart's scandalous affair with a former vagrant. Social media erupted, debating class, sexuality, authenticity. Jordan faced backlash at work, colleagues whispering. Is he using Luca? He considered quitting, but Luca stood firm, addressing the company. Jordan's here on merit. Judge him on that. Public scrutiny intensified when a tabloid published Jordan's mugshot from a past minor theft charge. "Gold digger?" headlines screamed. Jordan spiraled, questioning his worth. "Maybe Brian's right. I'm dragging you down." Luca fought back, hiring a PR firm to counter the narrative. But the real test came at Pride Month, where Luca was invited to speak. He brought Jordan on stage, declaring, "Love defies labels, rich, poor, gay, straight. It's about choice." Cheers erupted, but online trolls attacked. "Hypocrite, using poverty for clout." Brian watched from afar, jealousy brewing. As summer faded, their bond strengthened amid adversity. Jordan enrolled in community college, Luca mentoring him. But a call from Jordan's estranged brother shattered peace. "Mom's sick. She wants to see you." Jordan hesitated. Forgive or forget. Luca supported him, but the trip to Ohio unearthed old wounds. The flight to Cleveland was tense, Jordan gripping the armrest, Luca holding his hand. "You don't have to do this," Luca said. Jordan nodded. "I do. For closure." Arriving at the modest suburban home, memories flooded Jordan. The night his parents screamed slurs, tossing his belongings out. His brother, Mike, greeted them awkwardly. "She's in hospice. Cancer." Inside, their mother, frail in bed, teared up seeing Jordan. "I'm sorry," she whispered. "I was wrong." Jordan froze, anger and grief colliding. "Wrong? You threw me away." She reached for him. "Fear ruled me. Society. Church. I regret it." Luca watched silently, his own family's acceptance contrasting sharply. Mike pulled Jordan aside. "Dad's gone, but the town's still judgmental. People talk." Dinner with extended family was a minefield. An uncle sneered. "So, you're with a rich guy now? Convenient." Jordan shot back. "Love isn't convenience." Luca defended. "Jordan's more than his past." But whispers persisted. Homeless to high society. Suspicious. The visit stirred debates. Forgiveness versus accountability. Jordan chose partial reconciliation, visiting his mother daily, but boundaries firm. Back in New York, the experience bonded them deeper. Yet Brian escalated, announcing his divorce from Elena publicly. "It was a mistake," he told reporters, hinting at rekindling with Luca. The media frenzy pitted stories. Brian's brave coming out versus Luca's controversial romance. Social commentators debated. Is Brian's pivot genuine or political opportunism? Jordan felt insecure. "He's your equal. I'm not." Luca reassured him during a rooftop dinner. "Equals? You challenge me to be better." Their intimacy grew emotionally, navigating vulnerabilities. But a gala invitation from Brian's camp forced a choice. Luca declined, but Jordan encouraged attendance. "Face him. End it." At the event, Brian professed love. "We were real before all this." Luca rejected him. "You chose facade over us. Jordan's my future." Word spread, Brian lashing out in interviews. Luca is deluding himself with a fantasy. Protests formed outside Luca's office. Conservatives decrying moral decay. Progressives questioning power dynamics in their relationship. Jordan received hate mail. "You're exploiting him." He confronted Luca. "Is this worth it?" Luca proposed therapy, strengthening their foundation. Autumn brought new conflicts. Jordan's college success led to a promotion, but envy from peers brewed. A coworker accused him of favoritism, filing a complaint. HR investigated, clearing him, but the ordeal exhausted Jordan. "Sometimes I miss the streets, no expectations." Luca empathized, sharing his burnout from corporate pressure. A turning point came at Thanksgiving. Luca invited Jordan's mother to New York, her health stable. The dinner mixed worlds. Luca's affluent parents, Jordan's humble mom. Conversations flowed, bridging gaps. But an argument erupted when politics arose, Brian's rising poll numbers. Jordan's mom admitted voting conservative lifelong. "Change is hard." Luca challenged gently, sparking debate on societal progress. As winter approached, their relationship faced its biggest test. A lawsuit from Brian, claiming Luca poached a business idea during their time together. "Revenge," Luca muttered. Court dates loomed, testimonies revealing intimate details. Jordan stood by him, but stress strained them. "Fight or settle?" Jordan asked. Luca chose fight, exposing Brian's hypocrisy. The courtroom in downtown Manhattan buzzed with reporters as the trial began. Brian's lawyers painted Luca as vindictive, using Jordan as a distraction. Mr. Hart's personal life is chaotic, dating a man with a criminal record while stealing ideas. Jordan testified calmly, recounting their meeting authentically. "Luca helped me, but I earned my place. The judge ruled in Luca's favor, but the publicity damaged his company's stock. Post-trial, Brian approached Luca privately. Truce? I still care. Luca shook his head. Move on. Brian's facade cracked, admitting, I envied your courage. The encounter brought closure, but societal fallout lingered. Online forums debated power imbalances in gay relationships, valid concern or classist bias. Jordan and Luca retreated to a cabin in the Adirondacks for respite. Snow blanketed the landscape, mirroring their fresh start. We've weathered storms, Luca said by the fire. Jordan nodded. But more will come. They discussed future marriage, adoption. Jordan hesitated. With my background, judgments won't stop. Returning to the city, Jordan's mother passed peacefully, her final words urging forgiveness. The funeral in Ohio reunited family, Luca by his side. Relatives warmed slightly, one cousin confiding, You're inspiring. But small-town bigotry surfaced. Protesters outside, chanting against urban sins. Jordan addressed them. Love is love. Evolve. Back home, Luca proposed a foundation for homeless LGBTQ youth, Jordan co-leading. Launch event drew crowds, but controversy arose when donors pulled out, citing political agenda. Debates raged. Philanthropy or virtue signaling. Jordan's speech went viral. From streets to success. Possible with support, not judgment. As spring bloomed, their life stabilized. Jordan graduated, Luca promoting him legitimately. But a final twist. Brian won his election, crediting personal growth. In a speech, he subtly praised Luca's influence, sparking rumors of reconciliation. Jordan confronted insecurities. Old flames die hard? Luca reaffirmed commitment with a ring. Marry me. Planning their wedding invited irony, echoing Brian's. Invites went out, but family rifts resurfaced. Luca's parents beamed. Jordan's relatives attended tentatively. Pre-wedding jitters hit when a documentary crew approached, wanting their story. Inspirational or exploitative? Jordan pondered. They agreed, controlling the narrative. The eve before, friends gathered. Toasts celebrated resilience, but one guest questioned, was bringing Jordan to that wedding manipulative? Luca admitted, initially, yes, but it led to truth. Jordan smiled. Fate's funny. The wedding day dawned clear in Central Park, cherry blossoms fluttering. Guests mingled, tech moguls beside reformed family members. Jordan walked the aisle first, confident in his tux, Luca following with a grin. Vows were heartfelt. From alley to altar, you chose me, Jordan said. Luca replied, you taught me love's not a transaction. Rings exchanged, cheers erupted. Reception under tense featured speeches. Luca's best friend joked about their meet-cute, but Jordan's brother spoke earnestly. Proud of you. Bro, sorry it took so long. Dancing ensued, Luca and Jordan swaying to a slow tune. Brian sent a gift, a note. Happy for you. Learned from mistakes. Luca tossed it aside, focusing on now. Honeymoon in Hawaii brought reflection. Beach walks dissected their journey. Societal prejudices, personal growth. We sparked debates, Jordan said. Good or bad? Luca shrugged. Necessary. Returning, they faced ongoing scrutiny. The foundation thrived, helping dozens, but critics accused favoritism. A beneficiary's success story mirrored Jordan's, inspiring more. Yet, a scandal emerged. A former employee leaked emails, claiming Luca hired Jordan out of pity. Investigations cleared them, but trust eroded slightly. Years passed in a blur, adopting a child, navigating parenthood amid biases. Gay dads from different worlds. Recipe for judgment, Jordan quipped. Their son, Liam, grew resilient, echoing their values. One evening, watching Liam play, Luca turned to Jordan. Worth every conflict? Jordan kissed him. Absolutely. Their story became a book, debated in classrooms. Class mobility, queer rights. Reviews polarized. Romantic triumph versus problematic dynamics. In the end, love endured, but questions lingered. Was Luca's initial invitation to Jordan an act of genuine connection, or merely a tool for revenge that luckily turned into something more?